We are live once again for a doubleheader action on a Tuesday night. NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode, NASCAR Xfinity Series action at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Echo Park Automotive 250. This is going to be a fun race. A shorter one, only 250 miles on a mile and a half. One of only, I believe, 2 intermediate racetracks that we're going to have. Well, I guess if you count Dover, 3, but yeah, intermediate racetracks that we're going to have this short of mileage in a race this season. This should be a lot of fun. We've got our first career truck series win at this racetrack and our third career truck race. Granted, we had a lot better equipment than what we have here for this one. We had a 90 overall truck for that win at Atlanta in the truck series season. For this season, for the Xfinity series, we have about an 82.5 to an 83 overall car. If we round up, it's an 83 overall car. So it's definitely not a 90. But we'll see what we can do. This is my best track on the NASCAR Heat 5 video game, the NASCAR Heat Series. I think this will be a lot of fun, and we can contend, I'm sure, for at least a top 10 and maybe even something special beyond that. DB Forever 85, Patrick Shadley, XY Games, Nick Johnson, welcome to the stream. Here we go. No qualifying or practice. We're just hopping right on into this one, so hopefully we have the right setup. I really hope. Otherwise, we are going to struggle. Mute myself there so I'm not talking in my own ear. Justin Allgaier's on the pole. Brandon Jones starting at the rear of the field. And Michael Annett seem to be struggling in practice.
We're going green.
For whatever reason, the chat is not coming up on my laptop, but it's coming up on my phone. So, that's interesting. Justin Allgaier will lead the field to the green, and we are underway at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 40 laps in stage 1. Conserve your tires, ladies and gentlemen.
You got room. You're clear there. Stay on the bottom here.
Fastest car loaded to the racetrack for Schneider all season.
Got a car high now.
Led the most laps in this race as well. In that truck series victory. 4 wide nearly. It was more like 3 wide by the time they got there. Matt Mills had a massive run off the outside. And Brandon Jones is just kind of following Schneider on the inside line all the way around this track. Look at the bumps just throwing every one of these cars sideways, especially with the low downforce that the Xfinity Series cars have compared to, say, the Cup Series cars. Jones is giving Schneider a push down the back straightaway. Sends him off into turns 3 and 4. He's pushing him in the middle of 3 and 4, but Schneider's hanging on to it and keeping his foot in it. Chase Briscoe's gotten to the early race lead towards the front now. Ooh, Schneider overdrove turns 1 and 2, maybe carried a little too much speed after Brandon Jones has just been flat out pushing him, and Jones is stuck in the middle, 3 wide. Josh Williams to the inside of Schneider into turn 3 now. They're going to let him go and follow in line behind him. Williams slides up the track. Schneider tries to get under, but then he got a little too loose trying to undercut the corner. So Jones is definitely faster than Schneider in the early going to the race at least. Ross Chastain out in front now. Brandon Jones to the inside. Ooh, David Starr down low to block Brandon Jones. Schneider trying to get maybe to the outside of the 6 of Starr. Running the middle lane through turns 3 and 4. Took the air off the right rear. There's him.
You're clear.
Slides up in front of Colby Howard for 27th, but as he goes up the racetrack, Brandon Jones again gets to his inside. And all clear. Jones finally gets to the inside of the 92 of Josh Williams as well. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. They're trying to go full throttle from 3 and 4 this time through the bumps as he gets around Williams and to the inside of Timmy Hill in the 66. Now he's going to follow Jones through the field like Jones followed him for the first 5 or 6 laps.
You're clear all around there. Outside. You got room. You're clear there.
Michael mentioned something in the chat as well. Again, 4 fresh sets of tires. That's going to be very big here at Atlanta. Might see some 2-tire strategies throughout the course of the day for Schneider to maybe give himself an extra set to the end. He hasn't really been close on a set of tires all season long, even though he blew a right front at the end of stage 1 at Vegas. It's more of a lack of an awareness thing there. It's the only other mile and a half we've raced on so far. Boy, Michael Annett is struggling. He's already back to 22nd in the opening laps. All-in Racing's Ross Chastain is out in front, though. Remember, he made the championship 4 last season in the Truck Series. He's not able to win the championship, finished 4th in the championship for competitors there. Jones slides up in front of Schneider off turn 2. Schneider to the inside of Jones down the back straightaway. Schneider's going to go 3 wide into turns 3 and 4 underneath Joe Graff Jr. and Brandon Brown. Hangs on full throttle to get around Jeff Green to the outside of Tommy Joe Martins, and Schneider is pulling through this field. He's up to 16th early. He definitely has a fast car today. I think it's the first time we can actually say that he's had a fast race car today. All season, despite 2 top 10s. 40 laps in this first stage, though, and you can see how much those tires are already wearing out, and we're only coming to lap 10 at the line. Thing is, though, will everybody have to pit before the end of the first stage? There's going to be no way these guys are going to be able to back off and save more than 10 laps. Not at this racetrack. Side by side with Justin Haley in the 11 for 14th. Schneider pulls clear into turns 1 and 2. We haven't had an upset winner this year, but we have had 4 different winners in the first 4 races. We could go 5 for 5 today. Chastain, one of those drivers without a win. He actually struggled for most of the Phoenix race. He gets around Jeffrey Earnhardt. He's able to push full throttle more now as we're getting more and more laps into this race. Joey Logano fan, welcome to the stream. To the inside of Jesse Little to make the pass. 1 win, remember, might not be enough, and Schneider still has to finish top 20 in points as well, so it's going to be key for him to score a lot of stage points today. He has not scored any stage points in any of the first 4 races this season, despite high finishes of 6th and 10th. He's also low finishes of 32nd and 34th. He was not in DNF this year, again, taking care of his race car. One DNF in the Truck Series. 1 season he ran there, and Schneider's already inside the top 10, and he's going 3 wide up the middle, off turn 4 perhaps. The door just got shut. Now he crosses to the bottom 3 wide underneath Sieg and Jeffrey Earnhardt. Sieg looking for a bounce back performance today. Look at Schneider just throwing it into the corner, clearing Sieg for 9th. And side drafting the 0 of Jeffrey Earnhardt as well, trying to stay alongside of him. And he has to duck in line behind him down the straightaway. Earnhardt goes to the bottom. Schneider to the middle lane now. Clear off turn 4 for 8th. And a block. This 99 car has speed. And can today be the day? Big run there on Jeremy Clements. Go full throttle. The bottom's the way to go.
You got room. You're clear there.
It can be hard some laps, though. The car's shaking, vibrating all over the place. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time early. Look at that big jump going into turn 1. Just a very, very rough racetrack. The one that the drivers like. I mean, even down the back straightaway, the car's just hopping all over the racetrack. Remember, Schneider did not qualify or practice for this race. Started at the back. Large in part of us running a doubleheader tonight. It looks like they've got a pretty decent setup. Will be something to catch Chastain and some of those other guys who have led laps today, though. Yep, the goal is a top 10 for our incentive bonus. We need 2 top 10s in a 3-race stretch. Figured today at Atlanta we'd have a chance at it, but I don't know about the next 2 races. A great run today at Atlanta could be a decent amount of money coming in. He could have an 85 on the arrow going into the next race. He has to take care of this race car, though, because they have to bring this car back to the track for both Homestead and Texas. So he really has to take care of his chassis today.
You got room, you're clear there.
Gets around Gregson on the outside. Gregson led a lot of laps early, but was not able to seal the deal at Phoenix. He didn't get a single stage point and finished dead last after blowing an engine while leading with 5 laps to go in the stage. So what will happen this time here today with him running top 10 early at one of his better racetracks? Inside of Justin Allgaier. Problem is, this picker is still slow. Knowing that there are going to be a lot of pit stops on a track like Atlanta, that could be costly. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because he's only got 4 sets of tires anyway. Well, we'll wait and see. These cars are hopping around everywhere. I think the next track circled as a possible win would probably be Talladega in 4 races. They don't get a win there. Or here today at Atlanta. You might not be looking for a chance or a good chance at least to win until we get to maybe Daytona at the end of the regular season. And knowing it's been a rough start to the year with no stage points and just trying to get points in general outside of the 2 top 10s. Comes into today 24th in points. So to say that Schneider's going to make the playoffs without a win this year, I know it's early, and we still got, after even this race, 21 races before the playoffs. It's unlikely. This team is still going to struggle exiting this race. This is just the one shot they have to run well, especially with having to use the same car for the next 2 races following as well. James Knighton, welcome to the stream. Just past halfway through stage 1, 19 more laps currently to go. A lot of lap traffic around the race leaders. Over upper lane, that will save the tires a little bit to run higher. I have to arc the car. The race car as low in the corners. Really use more of that steering wheel, so that will help. Can you hold the outside on these older tires and through the bumps, though, is going to be the next question. He has for about a lap and a half.
Careful, still there.
Check out behind Harrison Burton. Oh! Burton, you got the back of him a little bit. That only shot Burton a little further out ahead of him. Battle for 4th. Schneider with a hard charge to the inside of Burton off turn 2. Couldn't clear him though. And again, thanks for that XY Games, greatly appreciate it. Top 3 are all under a blanket. Briscoe, Cindric, Chastain. Briscoe with a win this year. You won at Vegas on the only other mile and a half we've had this season. Could be the bread and butter for Briscoe this year. Currently he's trying to get around Cindric, but the lap car, Cesar Beccarella, got Briscoe's way, and Schneider's going to get around him for 3rd instead, and Schneider's got a huge run. He goes high off of turn 4, now on the money line, 22 car of Austin Cindric.
Inside.
Really loose here. He's going to stay into that middle to upper lane, trying to stay in the right rear corner panel of Cindric. About a second off the leader, these two. Cindric gets the run off the high side now, and he is clear for second place down the back straightaway.
All right, you're clear.
.14 to go, stage 1. Schneider, less than a half a second off the lead. No strategy this time to get to the front. This is all speed, especially on the long run. Chastain caught behind a lap car of Timmy Hill, and Schneider will take the lead into turn 3.
Clear high.
In stage 1, it'll be the first time he's led a lap all season in any of the first 2 stages of the race, and it's right here at Atlanta. Boy, Chastain really got costed a ton of time behind Hill.
All clear.
Cindric is now less than a half a second behind him. The right front tire's wearing out quite a bit. Expected it not to make to the end of the stage anyway. He's definitely hoping. Oh boy. Back to Keegan for him indeed. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. With an 83 overall car, might I add. They've got this thing boogieing tonight. What a tale of 2 races, from Phoenix to this one. 2 very, very different racetracks. But again, the tire management is going to be huge today. We still have 11 laps to go in stage 1. No way that right front's going to make it to the end of the stage, but will everybody else be able to conserve their tires and actually be able to run the laps to make it to the end of stage number 1, or will they have to pit as well? We've seen in races this year, Fontana, for instance, a very abrasive track on tires, similar to Atlanta, very, very similar to Atlanta. The Schneider was able to save his tires about 6 to 7 laps longer into a run than what everybody else was. Is that going to be the same here for Atlanta? Are they going to pit soon? And if so, does Schneider just kind of follow him to try and get this stage win, knowing he needs every point he can? And obviously a playoff point would be big, but he's not secured into the playoffs. Some of these other drivers are. He's
See if we can manage our tire wear a little, okay?
really thinking about those 10 regular season points more than anything. Trying to get back inside the top 20 perhaps today. Still very early in the season. A great run today can honestly even get him inside the top 15 again. He fell from 16th to 24th the last race with no stage points and only 3 points total for his finishing position as well. If Schneider does pit under green, it is going to be a right side tire stop only. Or they take 4 tires and they just don't pit at the stage break, which could also be an option. I guess whatever's going to save him from going a lap down in case everybody else can make it. Ooh, just sends it. A little contact there with the 44. Tommy Joe Martins, that didn't help the right front. Driving it a little bit, 3 and 4 again as well. Clean air indeed, as long as there's no lap traffic around us. This is definitely clean air right now. There's no lap traffic anywhere around Schneider. 7 laps to go on the stage.
Go easy on the tires.
He's got a decent lead. He's going to start backing it off. He really does not want to blow that right front tire. I don't know if this is going to be the way to do it. I think he really should have been committed one way or the other. Now it might be a little bit too late to save. Pit road does close with 2 laps to go on the stage. We currently have 6 to go in the stage. Schneider's trying to save that right front tire here at Atlanta. Trying to nurse it. He does not want to sacrifice stage points. He's sacrificing a lot here in stage 1 if that right front blows. 5 to go on the stage at the line. It's still at 6%. So he's pacing to the good, but Chastain now is closing in on him for the stage win. Schneider's really trying to conserve the amount of tires, and now we get a caution. Caution is out, and this changes everything. Oh my goodness. Caution is out here at Atlanta with just 5 laps to go in stage 1, and they will get a restart in before the stage break. It looks like Ryan Sieg was the cause of the caution. Tommy Joe Martins in 18th will get the free pass, and so much for saving. At least he didn't pit yet. That's good. This is a very tough decision. Schneider's had a very slow pit crew, and I think he's going to stay out because we're going to have a quick dash to the finish of the stage. Old tires versus new, and we know at Atlanta that's never good.
All right, be smart out there.
Welcome back, Billy.
Ready?
Schneider stays out, but can the right front tire make it to the end of the stage? Green flag back in the air, 2 laps to go
Here's the line.
at Atlanta in stage number 1, and Schneider gets a quick good jump out in front of Chastain. There's no way he is going to be able to hang on, and hopefully the right front tire makes it. Cindric with a great restart on the bottom to quickly get up to second place. Schneider's going to just try to block. He's got clean air, but Jones now to second place. Remember, he started at the rear in this one as well. Schneider's trying to block, looking for his first career stage win into turns 3 and 4. Jones with a run on the outside. Briscoe's on the bottom. Schneider slides up the track. Briscoe to the inside. They're 3 wide for about 3rd or 4th place. And Brandon Jones is going to go on to win stage number 1. That right front's down to 2%. A push. And Schneider, his right front makes it, but he does not win the stage and brings it home 4th. Brandon Jones will win stage number 1 at Atlanta, his 3rd stage win of the season. And everybody is coming to pit road with just 2-lap old tires, and that's not surprising here at Atlanta. 1% on the right front as he crossed the line. It made it. It was a risk. He got stage points, but he thought with that pit stop, with how slow the pit crew is, that he was going to lose too many spots. And that's why he decided to pit there, or decided to stay out, rather. No adjustments, 4 fresh tires, and a full tank of fuel. Looks like Brandon Jones will restart from the lead, and Schneider's crew loses in 10 spots on pit road. They're going to restart 14th, and that's what they were worried about with that restart. First stage points of the season, though. To look at the upside of things, he gets 7 points there. And the green flag is back in the air. Stage 2 underway. Got confidence that they can run well. Jesse Little did not take off on the restart. He got 3 wide in the middle. Jeffrey Earnhardt went to his outside even. Schneider gets around Jesse Little. The full throttle to get around the 0 now, and Jeffrey Earnhardt as well for 12th. Ooh, little contact. Earnhardt trying to side draft the 99 of Schneider on his right rear, and he about turned him. It was a little tight up in traffic. Chase Briscoe trying to go for the lead once again. He led a few laps very, very early in the race. Tries to get underneath Brandon Jones, but how about Jones started dead last today and still wins stage 1 on that restart? Schneider, who started second to last, finishes 4th.
Wow, that's bad.
Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race at a 30.884 at the line, and he kind of crowded the 4 of Jesse Little up the track. He goes after a little bit of contact. Martin skids on by as well. Here comes the one of Michael Annett. Three wide for the lead off turn 4. Just about. It looked like the lane closed in the middle, and whoever was in that middle lane had to back out of the gas at the last second. One driver is out of the race for bringing that caution out. And again, I believe it was Ryan Sieg. And again, what a tough start to the season. He'll definitely drop outside the top 20 after today. Remember, he actually made the playoffs last year, real life for the Xfinity Series. Last 2 seasons, in fact. Although he's got a smaller race team, that is still
Hold your line, got one out.
going to be tough for that team to swallow. Schneider's only got 3 sets of tires left the rest of the race.
Got a car coming inside now.
And a push from Riley Herbst down the back straightaway to hold with Daniel Hemrick. Run through the middle to upper lane. Gets the speed down the straightaway to clear Michael Annett. Annett was also getting side drafted by his teammate Henrik on the inside, as they didn't realize they were 3 wide. What they were. Briscoe still has not gotten around Brandon Jones. Jones is still out in front. You saw he had a very fast car. Schneider was following him through the back until Jones got caught behind a couple extra lap cars, so Jones can very well have the fastest car in the field. He's already in the playoffs with a win at Daytona in the season opener. Assuming you don't get more than 12 winners, he's locked in, which again, we're very well on pace. Only 8 spots left open. Maybe Jones can be the first repeat winner of the season.
Careful, still there.
For sure lock himself in with 2 wins. I'm fake LeBron. Fake LeBron James, welcome to the stream. Please win this one. It's definitely possible. Trying to get away from Tommy Joe Martins. Not to let Martin side draft him, but he still did a little bit. And they're going to get the run off the middle of the upper lane. He's running the higher lane a little bit more in stage 2. So that way he's hopefully not nearly down on the rim on the right front like he was in stage 1. His caution laps definitely helped him save it. But he did push hard those last 2 laps trying to hang on and battle it out for the stage win too, though. He did his best. A couple laps ago, Chastain was able to get around Brandon Jones, so get back out in front. Chastain led the most laps in stage 1. Schneider's led more laps tonight already than what he has led in the first 4 races combined. He only led in 2 of those. 2 laps at Daytona and 5 at the Auto Club Speedway. He's led over 10 laps already today. Back up to 11, passing Brandon Brown now on the outside through turns 3 and 4. They're on Clements and Haley recently as well. Show LeBron highlights. Hey, that's cool though. Hooking that yellow line in the middle of 1 and 2. It's underneath Jesse Little.
Still there. You got room. You're clear. Still there. looking inside now.
Schneider drove in on the door of the 21 of Alfredo on corner entry, really arced it off beautifully.
All right, you're clear.
It still clears him. A lot of that had to have been the side draft on corner entry to allow him to get on by Alfredo. And that block down the back straightaway to hang on to the 9th spot and not allow Alfredo to get a crossover move, and he pulls him quite a bit, turns 3 and 4 now. I'd say the little team that could, for the Xfinity series at least. Way bigger underdogs than what they were when they were truck racing last year. And Schneider's led about 10 laps today. In stage 1, he finished 4th in the first stage. Definitely having the makings for a career day. Only his 5th career Xfinity Series start as well. Ooh, he overdrove 1 and 2 quite a bit there. Don't want to use up those tires too much. He's got 3 sets left in the finish. But we're only in stage 2. He barely made it to the end. If it wasn't for that caution, he wouldn't have made it to the end of the first stage on that right front. Wow, Schneider got light even in the quad oval. Easy to do with the low downforce on these major bumps. 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Jeffrey Earnhardt in the middle. Allgaier on the inside. Schneider on the outside. This is tough on a very difficult racetrack to navigate. Oh my goodness. Cindric really got up on the left side of Schneider's race car, getting into the corner that Schneider clears on corner exit. There's a 7 of Allgaier, by the way. Cindric's in 5th. Greg's in the next car for position in 6th place. About another second ahead of Schneider. Yeah, a buddy of mine that was in the chatty for the first race, Roberto Sandoval, he got his first dose of the Pfizer vaccine on... Or no, it might not have been Pfizer. I know he got his first dose of the COVID vaccine, him and his brother, on Thursday, I want to say. I think it was Thursday. Just past Briscoe now for 4th place. It might still be side by side. It looked like Cindric had a chance to clear him, couldn't slide up in time. Briscoe had too much of a run off the exit of the corner. Schneider to the middle.
Careful, still there.
Easily going to clear Gregson off turn 2 for 6th. 17 laps to go in stage 2 at the line. 18 rather. There's one off. Did the math wrong in my head there real quick. We are past halfway through stage 2, with the right front down to 41% again. So he's going to go back to the high side. Conserve those tires like he was doing there a little bit in stage 1. He's done it more here in stage 2. He's also gone full throttle a little bit more here in stage 2. A lot of it being back in traffic and without practice or qualifying. He was really trying to get a feel for his car. He was opening 20 to 25 laps before letting it loose. Here in stage 2, we've already seen him make a 3-wide move on the outside and make it work. 4 positions inside the top 10, so he's definitely feeling comfortable with the race car here today. On a track that might not be as comfortable when it comes to handling. That was Harrison Burton that just about got the lap car of Mike Harmon. Schneider got in the back of Harmon. Shoves him up the track. Cindric to the outside now on Harrison Burton to take over second.
Hold your line, 3 line. Top 3, easy to
Briscoe was able to get back around Schneider for 5th. Schneider's got to run, though. Goes all the way down the track to sidetrack Briscoe. Again, that car's got some good handling that he was able to do that at Atlanta. And he does clear Briscoe on corner exit with the move. To the inside, but the lap car is in the way of Matt Mills, 3 wide up the middle. To get around Harrison Burton, but he can't clear him, and Burton's going to side draft him. Manufacturer alliance there. Toyotas have won 2 of the first 4 races in the Xfinity Series this season with the Supras. Aaron does clear Burton for position that time. Cindric trying to block him for 3rd. Jones in 2nd, just in front of these guys. Now Schneider pulls Cindric behind Nemechek to use him as a pick for 3rd place position. And a massive run to the outside of Jones off turn 2 for 2nd. Chastain's about 2 seconds ahead of the battle for 2nd place between the 19 and the 99, and Schneider will easily take it over. Have to win a championship, right? To move on to the Cup Series, yes, I have to win a championship. So hopefully we can win a championship this year. Otherwise, we have to do a 2nd season of the Xfinity Series. Luckily, we went 1-for-1 with the Truck Series, but Truck Series is going to be the easiest of the 2 for sure. It's only going to be more and more money. We're only going to have less and less of it as we jump from one series to the next.
You got it. You're clear there.
Like I said, we are not going to get 13 wins this season like we did in the trucks. No way.
Careful, still there.
I said we'd be lucky to get more than 3. If we get more than 3, that's a solid season, even if we don't win the championship. We were mightily slow at Phoenix today. I know we didn't have a short track chassis, but we really need to get the short track chassis and really work on it at least by midway through the season. So that way we don't make the championship 4 and just waste a spot running 20th the whole race, which could very well happen. Schneider to the top, Chastain on the bottom. Egan Schneider's going to get to the lead off turn 2. Look at the run. Chastain might try to side draft him. He wasn't aggressive with it, though. Schneider takes the run, and he's back out in front for the first time now in stage 2. Egan Schneider will lead yet another lap in this race. 10 laps to go in stage 2 at the line. Still 25% on the right front. No adjustments were made. But Schneider has ran the outside maybe a little bit more this time, and hopefully we don't get another late stage caution like we did in stage number 1, costing Schneider a chance to win the stage, and hopefully this time we just push hard and try to get as many laps in as possible. If he gets the 3 to go in the stage and caution comes out, the stage will be over. And he's only 6 laps away from doing so once he gets to the line off turn 4 this time. And Schneider got his first stage points in his Xfinity Series career. In stage 1, got 7 of them, finishing 4th. Schneider now trying to get his first career stage win. Got to make the final 4. It's going to be fun to see if we can do it, though, for sure. I mean, even just making the playoffs and getting more than 3 wins this season is a massive win for this team. Especially knowing only 12 guys make it.
Careful, still there. Clear out.
That means we're probably going to have to win 2 races, because Chastain and Schneider both without win, so even if Schneider doesn't win here at Atlanta, Chastain has pretty much dominated the race elsewise. I mean, Jones has been fast in the short runs, but Chastain's got a good medium run car. Schneider's got a good long run car. It's kind of what we're looking at. Schneider's conserved his tires well up to this point. 7 more laps. Egan's not looking to save this time. He wants to get as many laps in to try and win this stage. He gets the 3 to go. He'll start saving there, knowing that if we get a caution, he'll win the stage. Not going to save earlier this time. Not that that costed him, but
You got room. You're clear.
maybe we could have had 1 lap on the restart instead of 2, and Schneider could have hung on to win the stage. He did hang on for about a lap and a half.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear there.
Once he lost the clean air, he fell back to fourth. He was stuck on the high side. A lot less grip in his tires versus everybody else at the time.
Easy on the tires, driver.
East Casa.
You're
Welcome.
all clear up top.
Yeah, it is definitely good to see. It's 99 car out in front. Something other than the truck series as well.
5 to go, driver.
5 laps to go in stage 2 to get that first stage win. Still 13% on the right front. Probably have to back it down the last couple laps. Trying to put as many drivers a lap down as possible as well here. Tommy Joe Martins, who got the free pass during the stage break, got back up to 16th. Now he goes a lap down. We did have 19 drivers on the lead lap when we started this stage. Now we're down to 15 on the lead lap. 4 more laps at the line. Only burning about 2 to 4% a lap, but the last couple laps been closer to that 2% range as far as the right front tire wear. Final stage will be the longest of the 3. Will be 83 laps versus the first 2 were 40.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
So that'll be the major difference.
See if we can manage our tire wear a little, alright?
3 laps to go on the stage. He's still not saving. Not yet. He'll back it off the last couple laps if he has to, but if the caution comes out now, Keegan Schneider's still going to win the stage. Still wanting to lap as many cars. He was aggressive, pushing that tire wear to the very last limit in stage 1, and he does it here again in stage 2, but now we get a caution for incident right before they got the 2 laps to go on the stage. So Keegan Schneider will win his first career stage in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Took 5 races to do so, 10 total stages, but he got it done. 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel for this entire field, as we will have pit stops here at Atlanta. Keegan Schneider wins stage 2. Unbelievable. No, we'll run NASCAR Heat 5 career mode again tomorrow. We'll go to Homestead. And then 05 is going to be, I'm going to say Friday. So NASCAR 05 is likely going to be on Friday.
Stay low, stay low. Stay on the bottom here.
Jeffrey Earnhardt did not take off again on the restart. He didn't do it last time either, but again, he was on the outside as well. Side by side for the lead further up towards the front. Schneider actually had a really good restart in the bottom lane. Fanning out. Briscoe going way down low off the exit of turn 4. And Briscoe's taking it 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide for the lead at Atlanta. Briscoe on the bottom. Harrison Burton in the middle. And on the top, it's Ross Chastain. Brandon Brown just shot the 99 into Gregson, and Gregson about goes around through the middle of the pack. Oh, hard lick to the inside. I think that was Jeff Green. Schneider just about ended up in the inside wall when Gregson was going around. And we get our first caution of the final stage, our 3rd total. A big crash on the restart of stage 3, and Schneider barely evaded the 9 of Noah Gragson. There was some contact in there for sure. So he's going to repair any damage his car's got, even though it's showing 0. Better safe than sorry. But he's not going to pit for tires. Joe Graff Jr. will get the free pass. He was involved in that accident, though. And Gregson was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know what Brandon Brown was thinking. He was pushing Schneider in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and that just shot Schneider all the way up the racetrack. And even when he was going up the track, he was still pushing him after he made contact with Gregson, and that just turned Gregson right around. Gregson just spun his tires on the restart now. Gregson's probably not going to be happy with Schneider after this one. It wasn't Schneider's fault either. It was the guy pushing him.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
It definitely got ugly, that's for sure.
Got one down low now.
Gregson's pushing Schneider in turns 3 and 4. Gregson's probably a little heated right now. We know when Gregson gets heated, it's never good. Schneider does not want him pushing him.
Still there inside.
Gregson's going to get to the inside. There's heavy damage again. Jeff Green took a big shot head on to the inside wall. He's still running out there on the racetrack, though. Still in this race. How close together that restart was. They were 3 wide for the lead at the time of the caution, too. I think Briscoe ended up getting out in front. Chastain got to the lead on this restart. Look at all the skid marks and tire marks down the back straightaway from guys locking up the brakes trying to miss the wreck as well as the car spinning.
Careful, still there.
Remember, that was not good for Schneider because he needs to not only save this race car to have a chance to win today, but he needs to save this race car so he can bring it back to Homestead and it's hopefully just as fast. And they have to bring the same chassis to the next 2 races at Homestead and then Texas. So yeah, you want to go for the win today, but you still got to stay in the top 20 in points and you want to have a decent car at least for those 2 races. If I decide to do racing or Granger as a racing sponsor. I just really like those Granger pants. The Biff. The big Granger guy. Got 2 sets of tires left the rest of the way for the 99 of Schneider. 72 laps to go currently. He's not 6 laps down like at Phoenix. He's on the lead lap, and he's led some laps today. In fact, he won stage 2. Finished 4th in stage 1. 16 stage points total. First time all season he's even gotten stage points. So to score 16 in one race, that is a huge improvement. Well, he's getting that first playoff point if he does make it to the postseason. That's going to be huge as well. Final time, by the way, that we're alternating through the different camera angles in this race at Atlanta. I'm interested to see if Gregson's going to send us a tweet for turning him, even though it wasn't our fault. I will apologize unless he gets egregious with the tweet. If he gets egregious with the tweet, I am not apologizing for something that wasn't my fault. $70 laps to go for Ross Chastain. See if he can get that first win for colleague this year. First win for himself this season. A bit different winner early on. On the inside of Alex Levay. Just getting to the right rear corner panel of Haley. Never made contact with him. He was really trying to pull him back on the side jab. Schneider's going very hard. He wants a chance to win this race. Again, side drafts him on corner entry. Oh, he slid wide in the wall off turn 2. Maybe pushing a little over the edge. Didn't look like he hurt the car too much. It is in the yellow, though. That might affect a little bit of handling. But very easy as these guys are already slipping and sliding on this racetrack. Let alone trying to battle somebody.
Careful, still there.
Schneider's tires have to be worn out after all that contact made on the restart prior to this most recent one where that wreck happened.
Got one down low now. Bottom clear.
Back at Jeremy Clements, Alex today is pushing the heck out of Schneider right now as well.
Careful, still there. You're all clear up top.
Schneider almost got the wall again. That time he got tight. Once he got in line right behind Jeremy Clements, car just shoved straight up the racetrack.
Still there.
It's right on the right rear. Big side draft, but he slides up the hill again, almost making contact with Clements. Schneider's going hard here in stage 3. He wants to win. He can feel it. He won stage 2. He knows he's got the car that's capable. Gotta be careful using those tires on the road. He's only got 2 sets left in the end.
All clear on the bottom end.
Blocks Clements. Clements just tries to go even lower, but he doesn't have a run. Closing in on lap 100.
Careful, still there.
Next time by at the line.
Road clear.
Grip the bottom that time. Robert's got a big run. Schneider blocks him off of
You're all
turn
clear on
2.
the bottom end.
I'm assuming you were talking about last night's episode of Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers. I need to watch an episode with him actually also. I don't know what that looks like. I can't fathom what that looks like.
Careful, still there. Top 3, use it if you need it. You got room.
Jesse Little's having himself a good run inside the top 10. Battling Jeffrey Earnhardt for that spot now after Schneider got around both of them to move up to 9th. Chastain definitely got out ahead a little bit more here in this final stage, and you can tell he's saving everything and trying to push it hard to the end. And Schneider's got a little damage on the front and the right side of his race car as well. It's got to be hurting the speed at least a little bit, especially in traffic. It's because of these 2 crazy restarts we had.
Hold your line. Got one
Schneider
outside.
is all for it being crazy to a certain extent. It was never going to be completely mellow, but same time, when there's contact made, not only having to bring his car to the next racetrack, but the aero and the suspension, the overall chassis itself is only an 83 overall. It can't take a big beating. He's kept the car fairly clean this season. Outside of the closing laps at Daytona, because he was fighting hard for the win there, just like he's doing right now.
Still there.
Side drafting Gregson. These 2 are going at it for 6th.
All right, you're clear.
Clear off turn 4, 99. Moves up another spot. 60 laps to go. Like 2 more sets of tires is good to the end if we go green. Should be plenty good to the end if we go green. It's going to be borderline one-stop race to the finish in the final stage anyway. It's just going to be if we get those cautions. You're going to want to pit under every caution. Definitely cannot risk staying out. You don't know if any caution will be the last one as well. I guess now's the time. Comment down below, who do you think will win this race here tonight at Atlanta? Chastain get his first victory of the season. He's looked very, very fast. Probably going to be the one to beat Brandon Jones. Can he be the first repeat winner this year? He's led some laps. He won stage 1. After starting at the rear, or Will Schneider, another driver who started at the rear, get his first career Xfinity Series win here tonight. I've got to assume those are the 3 favorites. Briscoe sled laps as well. Tonight's race, Briscoe won on the first and only mile-and-a-half race at Vegas so far this year. Another track that wears tires out as well. Could be a good sign for Briscoe. Harrison Burton, maybe he can go back-to-back. He's led some laps today, and he just won at Phoenix earlier tonight.
Inside. You got room. You're clear.
No green light checker finish. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. We've got 3 cautions total so far. We only had 3 total at Phoenix. Briscoe stuck behind Jones and Burton. We're side by side right in front of him. Lap traffic coming closer into the picture as well. Burton getting held up by the 5 of Matt Mills. Schneider, the big run off the outside. Goes into the middle lane now to get around Briscoe and get to the outside of Brandon Jones. Chastain's got a 4-second lead on Austin Cindric at second. Schneider's not too much further behind Cindric. Chastain is seemingly getting quicker every single pit stop he has. Schneider's not made a single adjustment to this race car all day. Might have to consider something late to try and keep up with Chastain. Unless you get a 30-plus lap green flag run to the end, I don't know if Schneider's going to really have what it takes to win this thing. Oh, he could be close, but close isn't always necessarily good enough. Right now, it's definitely the little team that could. It will be the little team that can if he does go to victory lane here today.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
If this isn't his favorite track, if he goes to victory lane today, knowing it was his first career win in both the trucks and the Xfinity Series, I don't know what will be. Say new favorite track.
Stay low.
3/4 of the way through this tire stint. We got 51 laps to go. Schneider has not led in the final stage yet. Already been 33 laps. Counting those caution laps, of course.
Careful.
And a little bit of damage to the front of his car from that last accident as well, slowing him down. Not as much as Jeff Green, but he's still got quite a bit. 50 laps to go in Hotlanta. Yeah, that'd definitely be huge, too. Any money we can get would be huge. This picker is going to be very slow, though, if these guys have to make a green flag stop. It's going to be an 18 to 23 second stop for Schneider. That could be costly. He's going to have to build this lead up if he can get around Chastain quick. He's got to run. Peeks to the middle, the upper lane on the exit of the corner. He drove it deep to the bottom. Chastain up the track to try and block. Schneider crosses over to the inside. And they're side by side for the lead off into turn 3. Chastain's on the outside now. Schneider to the inside. And Schneider clear in the center of 3 and 4. And he'll lead his first lap of stage 3 at the line this time with just 48 laps to go.
Careful, still there. Got one outside now. You're all clear up top there.
Gotta be the longest green flag run of the race so far. And that caution was only 2 laps into this stage. It's the last time we had one, so it's been about 30 laps.
Those tires down, driver.
I guess the opening run of the race would have been the longest green flag run, which would have been 35 laps before we got that first caution. Not quite at the longest green flag run yet. Definitely the longest into a run that it took for Schneider to get to the lead.
Got a car high now.
Again, that's even counting stage 1 where he started at the rear. Working on heat 4, holding on. Yeah, in the career mode's exactly the same between heat 4 to heat 5, so you can even try this challenge in that game too if you don't have heat 5 and you're willing to try and do something like this, hardest difficulty, starting from the truck series. The only problem is I think it'd actually be harder in heat 4 because you don't get as much money to start up your whatever team you're gonna own. Versus the $1.4 million that you get here in NASCAR Heat 5. So he's already out to a 3.5 second lead, and there's no saving like he did in stage number 1. He's pushing hard until he has to pit.
Go easy on the tires.
No practice either, so he has not been able to practice getting to pit road. The green flag stops up to this point. Wants to see this run green because he knows he's going to lose a lot of spots on pit road if they pit during a caution, and the leaders are in the pits right now. So again, Schneider, like we've seen on other tracks this season, is able to save his tires a little bit more than some of the rest of the field. He could stay out at least a couple more laps. Chastain in second place is still on the racetrack, and he stays out that time, so Schneider definitely going to stay out if Chastain stays out. But the minute Chastain comes to pit, I think Schneider's going to have to come with him. Schneider just try to take it as long as he can, although he'll give up time. That's just a couple more laps that he can go on the next run versus everybody else if it stays green to the finish. Again, this is not the final set of tires. Oh my goodness, up the middle. That was a tight squeeze between David Starr and Alex LeBay. Chastain going to stay out another lap. Have to look to those guys 3rd, 4th on back that have already pitted. Maybe even cycle ahead of Chastain. Chastain's about 6.5 seconds off the lead. And Schneider's going to stay out one more lap. Look at how much more fuel's in the tank. But everybody's pitting for tires right now. That's how much they wear out here at Atlanta. We'll have 41 laps to go. Once Schneider comes to pit road, we'll have 40 laps left when he comes out of the pits. That right front's down to 1%. He is backing way out of the gas. It's shot down 2%. It turns 1 and 2. So yeah, Schneider's on the apron. He is saving that right front. He does not want to blow it at all. He's got to tap the brakes. Don't lock him up and blow the tire. And he doesn't. Great tire management. Turns 3 and 4 there. He gave up a lot of time bringing that car to pit road, but it's better than blowing a right front. And again, down to 1% for the second time today on that right front, but he made it to pit road. He ran it aggressively. He stayed out as long as he could, and he definitely couldn't stay out any longer. Man, this is going to be a very slow pit stop, too. Projected at a 23.2. He gave up a lot of time coming to pit road. Man, are they still fueling the car? What is... I don't know what those extra 5 seconds are for. 23.2 second stop. So slow.
Let's go.
Alex LeBay is currently the race leader. And there goes Harrison Burton. It looks like he'll cycle through as the new leader. Schneider's still trying to get up to speed. Chastain lost a lot of spots after coming off of the pit lane. Schneider did too by staying out as long as he did, as well as backing it up a lot as well. LeBay's finally on pit road. That gives the lead to Harrison Burton now at the line, who's trying to go for back-to-back wins. Chastain's been fast, so is Schneider in the longer runs. 39 to go as they're back up to speed, and this is the run to the finish. 23.2 second stop is agonizing for this 99 team. We got a slow car getting into turn 3 on the bottom. Not sure who it is. Oh, it's LeBay, and Chastain just drilled Schneider. He moved down. I don't think he realized he was underneath him. He went to the wall to avoid LeBay. LeBay just pitted the lap before, so maybe an engine failure. I would have to imagine it wasn't a tire failure. No caution, though. We stay green. Schneider's trying to block Chastain and hold him behind for 4th. We know Chastain's fast. He just door-checked Schneider. I think Harrison Burton's dealing with some very hefty lap traffic as well. One set of tires left to the finish. This isn't the final set. Don't know if these guys are going to make it to the end anyway. Chastain is going to pass and clear Schneider for 4th off turn 2. Look at the swarm of lap cars around the leaders. Nowhere to go there for a second for Austin Cindric. Chastain's going to get to 3rd. Schneider's got a big run under Cindric as well. He's going to get to 4th. Cindric could not get around Colby Howard. Looked like he was about to again, and he couldn't get around him. Has to go to the outside to get around Howard now. Brandon Jones getting caught up. Lap car trying to pit. Cost to Jones. That lap car was Mike Harmon, and now Ross Chastain gets to the outside of Jones for 2nd place. Schneider down low to the inside. They're 3 wide for the lead. There's contact between Jones and Schneider. Racing for the win in Atlanta. Lap car coming out of the pits of Austin Hill. That costed Jones on the bottom. Schneider with a big run. Just a tad bit higher than Chastain. There's contact with Chastain, and Schneider barely keeps it off the wall up turn 4. Oh my gosh. Chastain was sideways. Schneider to 2nd. He's on the outside. Lap car of Tommy Joe Martins is in the way now. He slides up in front of Schneider. Jones and Schneider go for 2nd. 3 wide. Schneider trying to side draft Jones. Lap car of Austin Hill just got into the side of the 99 now. Caution with 34 laps to go. The caution will wave for the 4th time. We get to breathe. That was some pretty intense racing right before the caution waved, and Schneider's going to hit pit road. A lot of the leaders are hitting the pits, but not all of them. No adjustments. We're going to restart with about 30 laps to go here at Atlanta. Looks like Jeffrey Earnhardt, Chase Briscoe are going to try to stay out. Joe Graff Jr. gets the free pass back in 16th. Will this be the final restart of the day? Schneider again loses 10 spots on pit road. The restart 13th. At least he's in the preferred lane on the inside. And the green flag's back in the air. Jonathan Rogers, welcome to the stream. Most of the field took fresh tires there. Fresh tires mean a lot at Atlanta, even when they were only 10 lap fresher. Top two on old tires might stall out the restart. That's Chase Briscoe and Jeffrey Earnhardt. Final set of tires to the end of the race. It is time to go hard to the finish for these final 30 laps. Briscoe's trying to hang on out in front. But it's going to be Harrison Burton who quickly gets underneath him and is going to get to the lead. Oh, Chastain got sideways off turn 4. Cindric got loose of his own there in the middle.
Got a car coming inside now.
Look at Daniel Hemrick picking up spots on the restart. Oh, and Schneider right up through there. Schneider with a run on Briscoe to the outside of him. Schneider restarted 13th. Still has a run. Chastain going for the lead. Ooh, Briscoe stuffed in the middle. Contact between the 8 and the 99 now.
Hold your line, got one inside. Alright, clear up. Car on the outside now.
Chastain easily got around. Harrison Burton cleared him off turn 4 for the lead, and Chastain is looking to set sail. Schneider back to 9th. CJ McLaughlin, 93 car, he's 2 laps down. Had a pretty good restart. I don't know what that call was for Briscoe to stay out of the pits, as well as Alex LeBay. Or sorry, not LeBay. Jeffrey Earnhardt. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Briscoe, they're on old tires, and they're hoping for another caution. Maybe it was to conserve their final set. Now they can pit if we get another yellow and everybody else is going to be on local tires. That could have been the strategy. It's not a bad call. Well, it will be a bad call if we stay green to the end. They're going to have no chance. Haley had a big run out of nowhere. To the outside of Schneider. Schneider drifts up the track just a little bit. Going to get a run down the back straightaway, but Schneider's going to try and side draft him. Oh, we got sideways off turn 4. Drove it in a little too deep, and then that air got taken off the right rear. Oh no, Clements about turns the 99 to Schneider about halfway down the front stretch. He clipped him in the left rear. Schneider stays in the gas and drives right out of it. Oh my gosh. Left hooked him right off of turn 4.
Car on the outside now.
That costed Schneider any sort of shot to hang with Haley and Jones for the meantime. Now he's got to stay in front of Brandon Brown in the 68 for 11th. Just hoping this car comes to him in time. We only got 24 to go. Got to treat every opportunity to win like it's your last if you're Keegan here. At least for this season, because outside of the super speedways, he's not really going to have a huge opportunity for most of the year.
Stay low.
At least for the outlook of it right now. He might need to win 2 races to get into the playoffs with where he is in points.
Got one peeking inside.
Going to get to the inside.
Say hi, say hi.
Seems like you guys have enjoyed the racing here tonight, especially at Atlanta. We are definitely going to come down to the wire.
Stay on the bottom here.
Schneider clears Jones for position. On turn 4, Justin Haley. Still on the inside of Schneider for 9th. Jones has another big run. Oh, Haley got a little loose. Saw he was wiggling, and that made contact with Schneider, and Jones goes up the middle to get to the outside of Haley. Side drafts him after he clears Schneider off the exit of the corner.
Careful, still there.
this contact towards the back, and Schneider battling for positions is not allowing him to get any sort of momentum going here to even have a chance to catch Ross Chastain late. This is in the way. Yeah, that's a smart move there, Billy. I don't blame you at all. Especially with it already rolling into the springtime. Definitely going to be a highly anticipated game, too. 20 to go here at Atlanta for Ross Chastain to try and get a 5th different winner in the first 5 races. If we had a good restart, is in trouble, losing a spot. Oh, Schneider just gets to the outside, and Jones is going to get to the bottom. Schneider rubbed the wall. That's going to cost him. But it did split 3 wide. There was no room there for Schneider. He kept it off Hemrick, but he ended up in the wall. Sends it deep to the bottom, trying to cross over on Jones off turn 4, but he can't do it. Jesse Little, who's having a great run at 7th, also had a great restart. It's getting rained down by the 19 and the 99. Schneider hard into turns 1 and 2. Trying to get underneath them again. Just can't do it. The air is a problem right now.
Careful, still there.
Little to the high side, Schneider to the middle.
Careful.
Jones to the bottom. 3 wide for 7th. This is tight.
Careful there.
Oh, man. Oh, almost some contact. No, well, there was a little bit right there between the 19 and the 99. Schneider slides up in front of Little now. Contact with Little off turn 2, and Schneider continues to fade and now tries to aggressively block Little down the backstretch to hang on to 8th. Sends it deep into turns 3 and 4. Drives it hard again to the outside of Brandon Jones, trying to side draft him. Can't get it done.
Still there.
Everything Schneider's doing is just not good enough. Well, look at the run he got through 3 and 4 this time.
Still there. Got 1 down low now.
What a battle. It's for 7th though, and Schneider again cannot get around Jones. This is costing him way too much time.
Careful, still there.
Sends it hard. Jones keeps protecting the bottom. Schneider can't get underneath him, so he keeps having to refer to the outside, and that time he clears him off turn 4. Finally, he side drafted him enough on corner entry, and finally was able to pull around Brandon Jones.
Car there on the inside.
He's able to block Jones back to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Full throttle as well, and he's going to try to pull away. Anthony Alfredo in 6th with a great run, and another driver who had a good restart. About to get hunted down by probably both Schneider and Jones, and that will move Schneider to 6th. Where does he go from there? Can he get to the lead? He's still about 7 to 7.5 seconds off the lead with 14 to go. The lap traffic will likely play a factor. They're already dealing with it further towards the front.
Careful, still there.
Oh, Schneider's on the wall. That's going to cost him time too, off turn 2. And Jones is cutting right back into that deficit on Schneider for 7th. Schneider lost ground to Alfredo. He charges hard though through 3 and 4. Look at the run. Seems like Schneider's a little better in 3 and 4 as he slides wide towards the wall again. And again Alfredo hangs on. Maybe pushing just a little too hard. Beat the fenders off of it, that's for sure. Tires are good to go to the finish. Final set, he's finally up to 6th. Ooh, Alfredo with a big block on Jones getting into turn 3. sure Chastain continued to make the right adjustments to the race cars they were doing all day long to only get faster and faster, it seems like, throughout the course of the race. He's definitely led the most laps and has probably been the most deserving of winning this race, even though he did not win a single stage. He's going to go on to lead well more than half of this race, I can guarantee it. Schneider's probably led the second most laps, but that's not even comparable to how many Chastain's led. Gregson Allgaier battling for position with lap traffic for fourth. Schneider should easily get to Allgaier and Gregson. Passing's been difficult for Schneider in this run, though, especially late in the race. I mean, you've got to expect that out of everybody. They're going to fight every single person hard to the finish. Now, more so than ever before.
Careful, still there.
He gets around that middle lane to get around Allgaier. They run on Gregson as well. 10 laps to go at Atlanta. Don't forget, though, if Briscoe and Jeffrey Earnhardt are still in the lead lap, they have the opportunity to pit if we get another caution. They'll have fresh tires. Oh, look at how low Gregson goes. He's like, I am going to refuse to get blocked by Schneider there. But Schneider's got the car at this point in the run. That is for certain. He's still 6 seconds off the race lead, though. Does he have enough time? And could this be another one of those classic Atlanta finishes with just 9 laps to go? We're setting up for a good one. Talk about saving the car. There's no saving it now. We can already tell in these final 30 laps Schneider's not been saving it. Really, the entire final stage. He knows he's got a shot to win. He's going all in for it. He's not thinking about the next 2 races at Homestead in Texas that he has to bring this car right back to the racetrack. 8 more laps. Harrison Burton's losing sight of Chastain. He's about 2.5 seconds behind him now. And a lot of it's the heavy lap traffic that both Cindric and Burton are going through, and Chastain's already gotten through it himself. Still a lot more lap cars Chastain will have to catch and try to pass here in the closing laps, though. It's got to be brutal. I think that battle with Chastain was really what did Schneider into the end. Not that he used his tires up, it's just it took him too long. It cost him too much time to make the moves necessary to not only get around him quicker, but to maybe have a chance at Chastain. If it stays green to the end, it's going to be a career best finish regardless for Schneider today. It'll be his first career top 5. He's working on Cindric for 3rd. Middle to upper lane again. Schneider's a little faster in turns 3 and 4, especially if he tries to run the middle to upper groove versus 1 and 2, but he's still got the car at this point in the run. He clears Cindric for 3rd. 3.5 seconds off the lead. There's nothing else he can do. I mean, he's going full throttle. He is pushing hard to the outside of Harrison Burton now for 2nd place at the line. 5 laps to go. Oh, contact! Burton sideways. Oh my goodness, that about wrecked both the 99 and the 20. A rookie mistake by Schneider as he just chopped the nose off the 20 of Burton, about turned both of them. That's going to cost him more time to try and get to Chastain. That could have been a lot worse than what it ended up being there. Oh my gosh, take your breath away, why don't you? That got close. He thought he was clear, and we have a caution. With just 4 laps to go, caution is out, and this is going to force overtime. Oh my. And that is not what Chastain wanted with a 3-second lead with 4 to go. Schneider was closing. It might have been close, but I don't think he had the time. And now we're going to overtime. As if this thing couldn't get any more interesting. Everybody's going to line up with older tires. Very surprised that neither Jeffrey Earnhardt or Chase Briscoe are pitting. They're on the lead lap, but they're not going to pit. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Drive safe, be smart.
And if they get to the white flag, the next flag will end the race. Green flag is back in the air. Lee Chastain spins the tires on the bottom. He's a little shaky. Everybody's on old tires, though, right now for this restart. Schneider on the high side. Chastain on the bottom. Schneider had the run, but Burton hops to the bottom right behind Chastain to try and give Ross Chastain the push. Schneider wants to side draft Ross. He doesn't want to be clear, but Chastain's clear, and Burton's on the inside now as well. Schneider going to go all the way to the top. He's got to run. Off turn 4. That's his best corner of the track. Oh, he's loose. Oh, man. He led the lap at the line, and Chastain gets back around him. Schneider had the lift. He about wrecked that race car. And he has to get back around Chastain again. He's got one more corner to do it. And he's got the run to the inside this time. He's not going to go high. Chastain's going to go to the high side. Slow job off of turn 4. And he's all clear. Keegan Schneider is going to bring it home for his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series win and just his 5th career race. Schneider wins at Atlanta. On an overtime green-white checker finish. Leading the final 2 laps of the race. What a save off turn 4 coming to the white flag. And now you could say it is the little team that can. 5 different winners in the first 5 races. He might have to get a second though if we get more than 12, which we are very well on pace. Having more than 12. Especially with still 21 races to go in the regular season. But what a finish. Massive points day for Schneider as well. And it might be a while before seeing another victory, so it's nice that he got one out of the way here today. Andres Sion, welcome to the stream. Indeed, what a heck of a race. What a finish. Just what a race in general. And it was going to be close if Schneider was going to get there in the green. Overtime definitely helped him. I don't know if he would have gained 3 seconds in 4 laps. He had a quick car at the end, but I just don't know. And he beat it. I mean, he beat this car up in the final stage, but it was for the win. He was putting it all on the line, knowing that he wasn't caring about Texas and Homestead. He had a shot after winning stage 2 that gave him all the confidence in the world. Yep, top 20 in points, and we just got to hope that we don't get more than 12 different winners, because we might have to race our way in ahead of those guys, too, if we don't get a second win. Take a look at the finishing results. Schneider with the win, Chastain second, Harrison Burton third, Cindric fourth, Allgaier fifth, Brandon Jones sixth, Noah Gregson seventh, Jesse Little eighth, Alfredo ninth, and Brandon Brown rounds out the top 10. 15 drivers finished on the lead lap. We had 5 cautions for incident today, including the overtime. Finished the first race to go to overtime this season. There's the wreck that he narrowly avoided. Minimal contact with Cindric. A huge pile up down the backstretch with about a half a dozen cars at least involved, if not more. Brandon Brown shot Schneider into the side of Gregson. Both Gregson and Brown recovered for a top 10. Look at those race earnings. 152,000. Unbelievable. I'm just so glad that Briscoe and Jeffrey Earnhardt didn't pit under that last caution. If they would have restarted 15th and 16th on fresher tires, I know they would have only had 2 laps. But 30-lap fresher tires at Atlanta, I mean, we saw the field on, 10-lap fresher tires on Briscoe and Jeffrey Earnhardt on the last restart, and they sawed around them in less than a half a lap. I know it was only 2 cars to pass versus 14, but even still. Because that would have made things even more interesting there at the finish. Especially with how much of a battle it was. So here's a look at the points. Schneider jumps from 24th to 11th in the standings. Tied for 11th with Hemrick, but the win gives him the benefit. And if he does make the playoffs, which assuming he will, as long as we don't get more than 12 different winners, he also has to stay inside the top 20 for that win to qualify. And he might have some more races like Phoenix coming up yet still. So this win is good while it lasts right now, but there's still business to be done, that's for sure. Crazy. I just did not expect us to get a win 5 races in. I definitely didn't for 3 wins into the Truck Series, but that was more likely than 5 wins in for the Xfinity Series, especially the way we ran at Phoenix. I mean, we finished 34th on speed at Phoenix. Then we finished 32nd at Vegas. Probably could have finished about 25th on speed, but even still, it wasn't going to be greater than that. We had to stay in the draft to cling to 6th place finish there, but we just flat out had the speed today at Atlanta to get it done. But only 7 spots open for the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this regular season shapes up for the Xfinity Series. Each and every race will still be a can't miss, that's for sure. Awesome hustle job. Cindric had the fastest lap with a 30.075. The most laps led tonight were for Ross Chastain. He led 105 laps here today out of 163. He by far led the most. And if it wasn't for that overtime finish, if that caution didn't come out with 4 to go, I think we're talking about Chastain being the 5th different winner and not Schneider. And Schneider, despite having a good points day, would still have to try and cling on for races leading to Dega to try to win that one, to hope that that's his ticket to the playoffs, but it's not the case. Thank goodness for us. Now we get to go to the shop and see what we can do. Upgrade-wise, I mean, the good thing is we have the win. We just got to stay in the top 20 and hope we don't get more than 12 different winners. We might have to win again. At least Dega's coming up soon. You can bet I'm going to go hard for that one, too. Just like we tried at Daytona. We'll have a faster super speedway car. We had a 75 overall the first time for our super speedway. We'll have about an 85 and 80, so we'll have an even faster car at Talladega than what we did at Daytona for sure, and we finished 6th at Daytona, so it's definitely possible. Joe Graf Jr., now that was an exciting finish. What a finish. And that Keegan Schneider pulled it off. What a win. Indeed, Joe Graf. Indeed. Colby Howard, wow. That was a great win, super close. Came down to overtime. And we restarted on the outside at 2nd. Hey, did anybody see the last race at It was at Keegan Schneider's first NASCAR Xfinity Series win. Awesome. Thanks, Jeremy. One-time Xfinity Series winner himself. And it looks like Noah Gragson doesn't want to punch us in the face, so that's good. I thought for a second we were going to have a couple teeth knocked out. I think if we didn't go to victory lane, I might have been missing a few teeth here at the end of the night, but Gragson kept his composure to not knock us on us, to not knock us on our ass in victory lane. We're good. All right. I kind of want to save for a new car so we can get the get a short track chassis. I don't know that we're going to get one by Bristol anyway. The next short track after Bristol, Dega Dover, not until Iowa for race 14, which gives us for now 8 more races. 9 races till Iowa. I mean, gosh, this is tough. This is tough. Or we can upgrade the Arrow to an 85. Well, let's see what we're going to be looking for. We banged that car up pretty bad. We're not going to have the same car we did at Atlanta. Actually, it's going to be really close at Homestead. It's going to be at an 84, an 80, and an 80, so it's only going to be one off. We had an 85, 80, and an 80. But if I upgrade the arrow to an 85, we're not going to get to an 85 anytime soon anyway. So yeah, I'm going to save. I'm going to save the money. If we didn't win at Atlanta, I probably wouldn't be saving the money. But because we won at Atlanta, I'm going to hope that we can finish the top 20 in points. It's really just going to depend on how much more we struggle here for the next five races or so. Pit crew money. Yeah, they almost costed us the race too. Go 85. We can honestly get him to a 90 as well. I'll still wait. I'll wait on the pit crew. Again, with us winning now, I really want to save money. Because we're going to need a short track chassis at some point anyway. Phoenix is on a short track. We're going to need one eventually anyways. And then from there, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe we'll have to get a road course. I don't know. I think the new plan is going to be save up for a third car in the garage. Because we can upgrade, or we can hire 2 more employees with that as well. So that's going to be the plan exiting this race. Jeez. I don't know if we're going to get to a 90 engine power this season, but we'll see. I guess it just depends on the income. Sponsorship bonuses are going to help with that also. Well, that was one heck of a race. If you didn't leave a like, I don't know what you're doing. You need to leave a like. If you didn't subscribe, I don't know what you're doing. You need to subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day. I'm going to be getting to bed here soon. I got to go to work, and it was a late night. It was worth the wait to get that first career win at Atlanta. We didn't have to wait till tomorrow to do it. Well, with staying up late tonight, I am going to want all the sleep I can on my night off into day off, Wednesday into Thursday. So we're only going to have one race tomorrow at Homestead. Can we do the unthinkable? Can we win back-to-back? We'll wait and see. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in here tonight for both races. I'll see you tomorrow. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that Homestead start. And I'll see you then.